Hey guys, Mrs. Shelton here. Many of you are coming back to school this week as we are combining our hybrid students Monday through Thursday. Those of you that are still virtual, you also will be doing the same activity this week. The reason I have chosen this week long practical examination is because for those of you that are returning, we are going to be spending an abundant amount of time kind of refocusing on procedures and policies. We'll also be doing some NWEA testing. And so we are going to focus on this activity for the entire week. This activity called Dragon Genetics is essentially a practical examination, and all of you will be responsible for this, whether you are at school or whether you are attending virtually. So let's get into the meat of this. Dragon Genetics is an examination. So essentially it is a test. So last week, we really focused on looking at Punnett squares and genetic crosses, and we're going to take that one step further. So for this particular test, you are going to be mating dragons in order to create baby dragons. You're going to take what you know about genetics to determine both the genotypes, and let's recall a genotype is a two-letter combination for the alleles that are given to the baby dragons from their parents, as well as the phenotypes, which is the physical appearance for the different traits in your baby dragon. You will then take those traits and you'll be responsible for constructing a picture of your baby dragon. Now, there's two ways you can do that. Those of you that are going to be at school, you will be able to cut out pieces from an illustration that are given to you. You can tape and glue these things together, and you can turn these in on a 8x10 sheet of paper. If you are at home, you could also do the same and then take a photo of that and submit it to me. Another option would be just simply to utilize the digital copy that I'm about to show you of the dragon body parts and to draw your dragon digitally and making sure that you piece together all of those pieces and color your dragon in order to submit it. So here essentially are those pieces that I'm talking about. Now, if you choose to draw this, it's going to be very important that you are paying careful attention to the different traits that are exhibited. For instance, this dragon head is a head with freckles, where this one does not have freckles. And so you'd want to make sure, if you are opting to draw it, rather than cut and paste, that you are accurately depicting what is on each of these traits in this diagram. So here are the materials that you're going to need. You will be given a set of dragon chromosomes, okay, which contain the egg and the sperm. We know that the egg and the sperm are what are responsible for fertilization during sexual reproduction, which then provides us with our different genes in terms of our genotypes, and then the physical appearance, which is the phenotypes. You will need a Dragon Genetics test answer sheet, as well as the illustration, which is what I just showed you. You can either use colored pencils or you can draw this digitally. Again, that is your choice. Scissors, tape, and glue. The procedure is very specific. There are 6 steps to the procedure. And the first step involves me, as your teacher, assigning you a set of dragon parents. Okay, these dragon parents are going to be listed by numbers. So let's talk about how I'm going to go about doing this. Those of you that are live, I will be actually physically telling you, hey, this is this set of dragon parents that you are going to be responsible for. For those of you that are attending virtually, I will provide that list in Google Classroom for each of your periods. So you're going to need to look in your Google Classroom for the set of dragon parents that you are assigned. It is going to be essential that you actually use the dragon parent genes that I am giving you, because when I am grading your baby dragons, what I'm going to be looking for are the characteristics that your individual dragon should exhibit, not someone else's. Okay. You then will be responsible for completing the cross, for doing the Punnett square for only your dragon parents. And please again note that you may not switch your assignment. There is a place below where you are going to record your dragon parent number. This is the number that I am giving you. Now, if you take a look down here, here are the dragon parents. Again, remember, I am going to be assigning you a set of dragon parents, and you will need to complete the cross for your specific parents. Okay. Those of you that are attending live, I am going to be telling you Your dragon parents, those of you that are attending virtually, I will be posting your parents list on Google Classroom. Okay. All right. So next, you're going to look at that list of dragon parent chromosomes. Those are the chromosomes from both the mother and the father. Those are on the final page. I just showed you that. And you're going to pair the two chromosomes for each trait together and complete the data table below. So in other words, you're going to complete these different sets of data tables for the traits that your baby dragon is going to exhibit. The genotype is the two-letter allele combination. You're going to tell me whether that genotype is homozygous or heterozygous, remembering that homozygous means the same. So you could have two capital letters or two lowercase letters, which would represent a homozygous trait. Heterozygous means different, so you would be looking at a capital letter with a lowercase letter. And finally, we should recall that the phenotype are the physical characteristics or physical traits that are exhibited based upon the combination of alleles or those chromosomes. Okay, so again, here are the parents. These are the mother's chromosomes and the father's chromosomes. Remember, in dragons, just as in humans, they are going to get half of their chromosomes from the mother and half of the chromosomes from their father. So let's go ahead and let's take a look then back at our procedure. Okay. So once you have matched up all of the chromosomes, okay, you're going to use this key right here. We're on step number 4 to determine your baby dragon's genotype and phenotype for the traits listed on the chromosomes. You're going to record this information in the data tables. So you'll notice that the uppercase letters represent dominant alleles, just as we've learned all throughout. And the lowercase letters are going to represent the recessive alleles. This is nothing new. We've been doing this for 3 weeks now. So you'll notice when we're looking at necks, the capital N is going to represent the dragon baby having a long neck. The lowercase n will represent the short neck. Okay. Again, you're going to look at the phenotypes or at the genotypes in order to determine the phenotypes. Remember, anytime a capital letter or an uppercase letter is present in the genotype, the dominant trait is always going to be the trait that is going to be shown. Okay. Then you're going to refer to the phenotypes and that are listed in this next document, and you're going to take a look at those phenotypes, and based upon that, as it says in step number 5, you are going to either A, cut out the corresponding dragon part found on the illustration, or B, draw the dragon body part using a program of your liking. So for instance, let's look at neck types. If we come back here and we're looking at the neck, here's what a long neck would look like. Here's what a short neck would look like. For those of you at home, you may, again, either choose to print this off or you may draw it. But if you are drawing it, make sure that you note the difference between the long neck and the short neck. All right. So then that gets us to step number 6. Using tape or glue, you can assemble pieces to cut out, or you can draw those. It is totally your choice. Again, remember that your dragon parent number needs to go here, and that you need to use the dragon key, which is found right here, in order to complete, okay, the genotypes, whether each are homozygous or heterozygous traits, and the phenotypes for your baby dragon, okay? Please recall this is in fact an assessment, which means it is a test, so you should not be working with anyone else in order to complete this examination, okay? As a reminder, this last page contains the dragon parents and their chromosomes, the mother and the father. Those are the combination of alleles that you are going to be using in order to create your baby dragon. The last thing I want to tell you is that you will have all 4 days this week to complete this activity. Please keep in mind that we are going to be running on different schedules this week, given that we are just returning to school and that we are also going to be taking NWEA. So this assignment is what you will work on Monday through Friday this week during science. This will be the first assignment that you have for the new grading period, and so I'm looking forward to seeing your work. I hope that you guys have a fabulous return back to school for those of you that are coming back, and that those of you that are home, that we chat soon. Have a great day.